Hi everybody, this is Deb, and we are going to talk a little bit about glue. I'm going to share with you the products that I use and the products that I have tried, and from there it's just a matter of not only preference, but also depending upon where you live. These products may not be available where you live. I live in the United States, and I think these products are pretty well available here. The first product, these are the first I'm going to share with you the ones that I use, the ones I've narrowed down to and that I like. First one is Scotch Create Tacky Glue. I get this on Amazon, but they have it at Hobby Lobby and Joann. I think they have it at Hobby Lobby. I know that they do have it at Joann. This is certainly not the cheapest, but it's also not the most expensive. When they talk about tacky glue, that means that it is a thicker glue that is permanent adhesion, and it has a thicker consistency, and it sets up quicker, so it dries quickly. And sorry about that. What else does it say? So it's white, but it does dry clear. Yes, dries clear. No run, and that's because it's tacky. So it says that it's got a precision tip, and I guess that's what they would consider a precision tip. It is advisable to rinse the tip out occasionally. It comes in, this is 4 ounces, I think. Yeah, 4 ounces. It also comes in smaller bottles, and I think it also comes in a 6-ounce bottle. I may be wrong about that. So this is the tacky glue that I use. Beacon has 2 different types of fabric glue, 3-in-1 and the tacky glue, or sorry, Fabri-Tac. The 3-in-1, which is considered an advanced craft glue, they are exactly the same glue, exactly the same glue. The 3-in-1 is a little cheaper. You'll notice that it says that it's crystal clear, instant grab, fast dry. Absolutely true. Acid-free and waterproof. This is acetone based, which is the same stuff that nail polish is made out of, or nail polish remover. And that's the way it smells. So if that odor bothers you, then don't buy this product. It does freeze in the winter, so I wouldn't advise ordering it from somebody in the winter time where it might sit out and freeze, or through the shipping process that it might freeze, because it will. I bought this in bulk through Amazon. I wouldn't do that again, because again, it gets really thick, and you then have to thin it with nail polish remover that has acetone in it to get it to loosen up. This bottle is very thick and hard to squeeze. I got this bottle at the Dollar Tree, and you can see it's much easier to squeeze, and it has a twist off lid. What happens is, if you use this bottle and you tip it over, you pour it out, and it comes out like a volcano when you set it down. I don't know if it's because of doesn't have a pinhole in it. I don't know. But that won't happen as often with this, especially if once you put your bead down, you go ahead and close the lid. You won't have to worry about that. Also, it is kind of stringy, like a hot glue gun would be. It can leave strings. So that's that. The glue stick that I use is, again, the Scotch Create. Hobby Lobby, well, Joann for sure. I don't know about Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby doesn't carry as much of paper crafting stuff as they used to. I guess it's fallen out of favor. But anyway, permanent, multi-purpose. Here's what I'm going to tell you. When you put this product, any of these 3 products down, you are not going to move it. Once it's down, it's there. You're going to have a little more flexibility with the Beacon product. But I can tell you, once these dudes are down, they're there. So you want to make sure that you get them where you want them the first time. I use a glue stick for covering large areas, because it does a really good job of covering large areas without leaving, because if you were to put this on here, it's going to leave little rivers of glue that can sometimes show through. So if it's a big area, I use the glue stick, and then I might use a bead of glue right around the edge. If you use a silicone mat like this, you can go right off onto the silicone, and then you've got glue right to the edge. And then you can take a paper towel or a wet wipe and just wipe it right off. So that's one of the things I like about that. So those are the products, the wet products. I also use double-sided tape. The one that I use is the thin, this right 1/4 of an inch. Again, once you put this down, it's there. It's good for pockets and things like that. Now, I will tell you that because the edge stays sticky, sometimes whatever you put into a pocket, it might stick to that. So there's that possibility. I also use pop dots, because sometimes, or dimensional dots, because sometimes I do anyway, I want things to sit up a little bit, because I still make cards, and I don't do scrapbooking, but I do journal. I make journals, glue books, and cards. And sometimes you want things to look kind of dimensional, and so I like that. I also use, again, this came from the dollar store. This is a makeup spatula, and this is silicone. When you are gluing lace down with this beacon or fabric or whatever it is, you can use this to mash it down. That way you don't get glue on your fingers, and whatever glue you use, it's not going to stick to this silicone. So that's a good tool. Dollar Tree. I also use this. Some people use credit cards as a glue spreader. I personally don't like using credit cards because they have got a much sharper edge than this, and they can tear your paper, especially when it's wet. when you are running your credit card across wet paper, that's a very good possibility that you're going to tear your paper. So, but you want to have some kind of tool to help you move that glue, spread that glue out over so that you don't have those rivers like I was talking about. Some people don't use glue stick at all. All they use is the tacky glue. And so they need to have something to help spread that glue out. This is made from Teflon. It came in a set with a bone folder and a pencil, one that looks like a pencil that I use in my, what do you call that thing? Not going to think of it right now. But anyway, this thing is awesome. Nothing sticks to Teflon because it's Teflon. And very excellent tool. I hardly ever use this bone folder because I use this to both burnish my paper, makes really sharp, crisp folds, and nothing sticks to it. You could also use, instead of a tool like this, a glue spreader, you could use a brayer if you have one. I've had this thing, oh gosh, since back in the day when I painted. I've had this brayer that long, but I used it a lot for going over my pages just like this as a glue spreader. And I used this until I got that. And this is so wonderful. I would never go back to this. Not that I didn't like it, but I wouldn't. I would get another one of these. Okay, so now let's talk about the products that I have tried and that I have discounted. Got this at the Dollar Tree. And actually, I also got these at the Dollar Tree. And if I'm not mistaken, these at the Dollar Tree came in a package of several in the same package. Both of these did. This is not bad, but if you want your, whatever it is that you're making, your journal, whatever, if you want it to be permanent, I wouldn't trust it to be permanent. Same for this. It's not bad. It's better than this. The Elmer's is better than this. And it does say that it's extra strength. But again, I didn't have, well, and also this comes in handy. See, like this is a much smaller tip or whatever you want to call it than this big glue stick. So you do have a little bit of control with this one if you had a much smaller area. So that's not bad. But I wouldn't, you'd need a lot. You can see this covers a lot bigger area. So really, I'm not sure that this is cost effective. I have also used the Craft Bond Tacky Glue. You'll notice that it says that it's strong, dries clear, remains flexible, which is all the same things with this. This also remains flexible. But you see here where it says wet tack, it is wet. It's wetter than this. So this to me is the perfect consistency. Elmer's Glue All is really wet. And it will keep your paper wet longer, as does this. Aleene's Tacky Glue is in between. Well, this is, so Elmer's, or Aleene's original Tacky Glue is very thick. And I had to add water to get it to have the consistency that I want. I do like that it has the kind of lid that you can keep it upside down. And that's why I got that. But man, is it thick. So, and not only that, you can see it has a finer tip that stays right in here, so it doesn't come out. So this is not a bad choice, and it's not a bad price. This I do not recommend at all. It is too wet. I have also tried, I don't have any right now, I have tried the art glitter glue. You have certain crafters that absolutely swear by the art glitter glue. Its point is, I mean, it is a needle point, which is really great. So, and you don't need a lot, but it is really wet. So it's a good thing you don't need a lot, because for one, it's very expensive. And for two, it's it's as wet as this. I did not like it at all. I ordered it off Amazon and sent it back, because while the tip is really neat, yeah, the glue itself I did not like. But there are those that swear by it. There's also one that's called Barely Arts Glue, and it's like bear as in a bear, a growling bear, B-E-A-R, Barely Arts Glue. And I think it's similar to the art glitter glue. I have never used it. I think that it's a little thicker from what I understand in hearing some of the YouTube crafters talk about it. Both the art glitter glue and the Barely Arts glue have the needlepoint applicators, which you can buy on Amazon. You can buy bottles, soft bottles like this, that have the needle points, the needle applicators. So so you could order them, refill them with whatever glue it is that you like. Now, if you use the really thick glue, it may not come through that applicator. I know that they have to always keep those needle point applicators capped. They have to have a stainless steel rust-proof pin in there, because otherwise they can't get anything out of the tips. So, as I was saying, both the art glitter glue and the Barely Arts glue also, they cannot ship in the winter because they freeze, and then they're no good. The product is then ruined. So you can't even order them. They won't even ship them. Now, you may be able to get them through Amazon, because they probably don't know, but you wouldn't be able to get it from the company that makes it. I think that's everything that I wanted to tell you about glue. Those are all the glues that I use. I do have a couple of other, like I've got this glue pen and this one left over from scrapbooking days, card making days, but I use them rarely, because they are so fine, and you just really need a bigger point than that for journal making. I do darn, what was I going to just say? I don't know. It's gone. It's out of my brain. So I do want to also tell you, though, that I have changed the name of the group. You've probably already noticed that. I not only changed the name of the group, but I was able to change my YouTube group, or my YouTube video, the name of my YouTube channel. I'll get the lingo down here. So it's called The Art of Journal Making and Paper Crafting. That is such a much better name. Thank you, Julie. She has come up with this, divinely inspired. Not only that, for my paper crafting group, but also for the folk art group. You're going to see another change with the folk art group. So I hope you embrace that change, and that it doesn't cause too much confusion. But I really want this to be right for everybody, for myself and for everybody, because I'd like this to be really a long-term thing and a learning opportunity. So that is my plan, and that is my hope. So I hope you get something out of this video, and I would be curious to know if what your experiences are with the kind of glues that you use. And you know, you can put them in the comments either on this YouTube, or you can also comment in our Facebook group. If you would like to join our Facebook group, you are welcome to do so. And it's called The Art of Journal Making and Paper Crafting. I remember what I wanted to tell you. You can buy they're called Sugar Bell bottles, and what they are is for icing. They're in the cake decorating, and you can get them on Amazon, and they are soft bottles like this. And a lot of folks put not only their 3-in-1, but their Tacky Glue. Now see, my Tacky Glue bottle is pretty soft, but some of them, yeah, and this one's not bad, but some of them have got really, they're very hard to squeeze. So a lot of folks have put their glue in a Sugar Bell bottle, and the Sugar Bell bottles have lids that you can buy separately. So that is another good option for those of us that have got older hands and that don't want to work good. So anyway, I'm glad I remembered that I wanted to tell you that. And I think that's everything. And so I will sign off for now. This is Deb. Bye.